What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going over week 2, and what that means is we're going to be looking at the best schedules, the worst schedules, the best streamers to add, and also the must-add players that could be sitting on your waiver wire. Just quickly before we talk about everything, here is my pick'em on Drafters Fantasy Sports. It's available in all of Canada, including Ontario and most US states, and you can use my promo/referral code FIREDUP for a 100% match deposit up to $100. There's more info and links in the pinned comments, guys, but you might as well use that promo code when signing up because you get that free bonus money. And you can do pick'ems on the NFL, NHL, NBA, and more. I also want to say that some people might think drafts are over, but they're not. You can still do daily fantasy sports drafts on this platform every single night. They do an $11 NHL snipe every night. And basically how this works is you are in a draft lobby with 4 other people. There's 8 rounds, so you're drafting 8 players. And you basically draft your team. And if your team gets the most fantasy points, you can win hundreds of dollars in prizes. For example, this is one I did Thursday. It came 21st out of 180. So I won money. I doubled my money here, but the first place team won $500 US. So yeah, these are fun to do. Make sure you use my promo/referral code FIREDUP to get that bonus money and participate in these drafts. Let's talk about the teams with the best schedule for this week. The 2 best teams being the Colorado Avalanche and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Both of these teams have 4 games and 4 off nights, so the players on these teams are going to be great streams to maximize your games. And then in terms of the other teams, we have the Los Angeles Kings with 4 games and 3 off nights, which is very good. The Ducks with 3 games and 3 off nights, which is solid as well, especially if you pick up those guys on Wednesday. And then we have the Sharks with 4 games and 2 off nights. Moving on to the worst schedules, the Flames and the Wild, they only have 2 games and 0 off nights, which is not good. The Leafs have 2 games and 1 off night, which is still bad. And then the Jets, even though both of their games are off nights, they only have 2 games, which is not ideal. Now let's talk about the streamers, guys. I mentioned the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Avalanche having great schedules because of their off nights and games. And these are the best streamers to add that could be available. You have Brian Rust. As I'm recording this, he is returning tonight. He's top line power play. Evgeny Malkin, line 2, first line power play. High roster percentages, but it's still around like the 50 to 60% mark. So half the people that are watching, they could be available. Then with some Avalanche players, we have 2 low roster percentage guys that could be available on your wire. One of them being Casey Middlestat, line 2, first power play unit. Doesn't put up the best peripherals, but could definitely rack up points on this top power play. Then we have Ross Colton, who has seen a deployment bump, with Jonathan Drouin suffering an injury. Now, Drouin is confirmed to be out Saturday, which is tonight as I'm recording this, and then also Monday, which is the first game of this week. And then he's going to be evaluated after. So yes, there's a chance that Drouin could come back, and then Colton is no longer going to be a good stream, but there's a chance that Drouin is also out for the entire week. And Colton's a guy that's line 2 and first power play unit right now, puts up good peripherals, and has 4 off nights. So he's definitely solid. In terms of some other streamers to add, one of them is Nikolai Kovalenko. He has moved up to the first line with McKinnon and Rantanen, with Jonathan Drouin out with an injury. Like I said, we don't know when Drouin is going to be back, so Kovalenko might not be great for the entire week, but as things stand right now, he could be really good. The other guy here is Anthony Beauvillier. He is first line with Sidney Crosby. Not on the top power play unit, but he's playing pretty well alongside Crosby. So there's a good chance that he stays there. We also have some defensemen that put up good peripherals. Josh Manson and Marcus Peterson. And then there's some other guys if you're in a deeper league and want these off nights. Michael Bunting, Rickard Rakell, who's not on the first power play unit right now, which pretty disappointing. They put Erik Karlsson and Chris Letang on that first unit. I don't think that's going to last very long, but for now, looking at this week, Rakell is not necessarily the best option. But in a deeper league, yes, he's good. Callum Ritchie's on the second line. Samuel Girard, defenseman. Then we have some deeper league guys. O'Connor, Puljujärvi, McGroarty, etc. Some other players to look at are the players on the Los Angeles Kings. Like I mentioned, they have 4 games and 3 off nights this week, so they're going to help you maximize your games, and they could be pretty solid. One of these players is Quinton Byfield, not on the top unit currently, but he got good ice time in his first game, and he looked pretty good out there, so he should still be solid. Trevor Moore puts up good peripherals. Okay ice time, not the best deployment, but he's line 2. Alex Ferrier. He is line 1 and first power play unit right now, and he's only 2% rostered. So good stream for this week and potentially a long-term hold in a deeper league. Then we got some more guys. Brant Clark. He's quarterbacking the first power play unit, but his even strength ice time is pretty abysmal. So, you know, he still could be good, but be wary of this. Philip Deneau, you know, he's just a solid line 2, power play 2 guy, decent peripherals, deeper league stream. Tanner Jeannot, if your league counts hits, he's going to put up a lot of those. Warren Fogle, you know, he's like a second liner, third liner. You kind of know what you're getting out of Fogle, but he loves to shoot the puck, so there's that. And then Jordan Spence, he's getting a lot of ice time. He could see some power play time as well. And his peripherals are okay, so definitely a solid option too. I'm sure there's some deeper league options if you're in a very deep league that I didn't mention. So look at the Kings roster. And obviously, if you're in a shallow league, guys like Kempe and Fiala and Kopitar are going to be very good as well. Some more streamers to talk about here are players on the Anaheim Ducks. Like I mentioned, they have 3 games and 3 off nights, but they don't play till Wednesday. So it would definitely be beneficial picking up these guys on Wednesday and then holding them for the entire week. These guys include Cutter Gauthier. This guy loves to shoot the puck. He's line 1, power play 1. We got some more guys here. Leo Carlson, he's a stud. He could definitely break out this year. Mason McTavish, second line, first power play unit. Troy Terry, third line, but first power play unit. Then we got some more guys here that have less deployment than the guys I just mentioned. Frank Vetrano, he puts up really good peripherals. Like, he loves to shoot the puck. He puts up hits, so he does have that. Trevor Zegras, not on the first power play unit, but they typically split the power play units anyways, guys. That's something you guys need to understand, right? Like, even though some of these guys are first power play unit, they run even usage for both units typically. We do have a new power play coach that's running the power play, so he may change things up a bit, but I'm expecting it to be the same. But yeah, we got Zegras, Killorn, Strome, and a defenseman here, Jackson Lacombe. Lacombe is currently top pairing, top power play unit. Don't know how long this is going to stick because, you know, you could argue Fowler would be better on this first unit. Mintyukov, Zellweger, who may not even be playing, right? He may be a healthy scratch. It's looking like Zellweger. So I don't know. Like, I'm not telling you guys to rush and add Lacombe, but maybe for this week, if he has his deployment, he could be a solid stream. Then finally, we have Radko Gudas. Depends what type of league you're in, but if your league values hits decently, this guy's a stud, right? So definitely a good stream for this week. Another strategy you could do is some weekend ads. We have 2 teams that play Friday and Sunday, which are both off nights. And those 2 teams are the Winnipeg Jets and the San Jose Sharks. The Jets play the Sharks and the Penguins, which is really good. The Sharks play the Jets, which isn't great, and the Avalanche, which is okay. So I would definitely favor Jets players more considering these schedules, but if we're talking about off nights, they're good options for maximizing your games. But that being said, if you want to pick up these players Friday, get those 2 off nights. With the Jets, obviously, Scheifele, Ehlers, Velarde, if they're available. And then some of the deeper league options, Perfetti, Niederreiter, Lowry, etc. Then with the Sharks, Celebrini's out week to week, which sucks, but still some good options to stream next weekend. Those guys being Toffoli, Zetterlund, Eklund, Smith, Wallman, Mikko Granlund, who moves up to the top line with Celebrini out, and then some other guys, Mario Ferraro, etc. All right, now I'm going to show you the must-add players. I've been sick, so I don't want to talk about these guys for 30 minutes, which means I'm just going to show you the slides. These are the top 15: Dylan Guenther, Matvei Michkov, Brian Rust, Pavel Buchnevich, Mark Stone, Gabriel Velarde, Cutter Gauthier, Anthony Duclair, Jake DeBrusk, JJ Peterka, Tyler Toffoli, Pavel Zacha, Maxim Siplikov, Josh Norris, and Barrett Hayden. Then on the next page, we have Tom Wilson, Jake Neighbors, Nick Schmaltz, Victor Olofsson, Leo Carlson, Ivan Barbashev, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Kirby Dack, Logan Cooley, Logan Stankoven, Connor Zary, Igor Chinikov, Ken Johnson, Alex Ferrier, and Mason McTavish. Then finally, we have Jack Quinn, Nick Foligno, Marco Rossi, Nikolai Kovalenko, Zach Benson, and Anthony Beaulivier. With defenseman ads, we have Justin Falk, Jake Wallman, Adam Boquist, Lane Hudson, Brand Clark, Jordan Spence, and some news tidbits here. Owen Powers, power play 1 with Peterka out, but Peterka is going to return. Jackson Lacombe's first pairing, first power play unit. I wanted to mention that Jubis Belinskis is first line power play whenever Boquist gets injured, apparently. So Boquist is healthy, but if Boquist gets injured again, Belinskis is the guy to have. Then Eric Gustafsson scratched. We'll see what happens, guys. Could only be 1 game. Letang and Carlson are on the first line power play together. Don't think it's going to last, but we'll see. And then Darren Radish's first power play unit on the Lightning. I don't know, guys, what they're doing here. It sounds like they want a right-handed player on the left circle, but I don't know if this is going to stick. Then we have goalie ads: Darcy Kemper, Connor Ingram, Philip Gustafsson, Sam Montembeault, Samuel Ersson, Anthony Stolarz, Kevin Lankinen, Lucas Dostal, Joel Blomqvist. Don't panic on Jari just yet, guys, but Blomqvist could be a good option if you're in desperate need for a goalie. And then Destin Wolf and Devin Levi. I want to reiterate that some of these guys are deeper league options. I'm not telling you to drop UPL for Levi, But in some leagues where you need to find goalies, like a deeper league, Levi could be a great option. I also want to talk about some short-term forward ads and streamers. These guys are Sam Bennett, who moves up to the top unit with Barkov out 2 to 3 weeks. Casey Middlestat, who's still first power play unit with all those guys out. Anton Lundell, who moves up to line 1 with Barkov out. Eetu Listerainen, who moves up to line 1 with Barkov out. And then Mikko Granlund, who's line 1 with Celebrini out week to week. Those are all the players that are must adds, but I do need to tell you guys that whether you add a player or not is going to depend on so many factors. Some of these factors include the players that are available on the wire. You may be looking to pick up a guy, but there could be a better option that's available. So that's one thing. Your league settings matter so much, guys. Plus, minus, hits, they change the value of a player quite a bit. The makeup of your team, that definitely matters in terms of positional eligibility, the strength of your defensemen, etc. And also your league size, right? Because certain guys are not going to be rosterable in a shallow league, like an 8-team league or a 10-team league. With that being said, comment below, add and drop questions. I will be happy to answer. And please include your league settings, guys, because they matter and they are going to change which players I tell you to pick up and which players I tell you to drop. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Make sure you follow my Twitter at FIREDUP Fantasy. I post up-to-date fantasy information, injuries, buy lows, players that I like to add, drops, everything that you guys need to know fantasy-wise. So make sure you follow that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. And I will catch you in the next one.